Hi everyone, how you doing? Happy Saturday afternoon. It's a minute to 4, so I'm just going to give it a minute and just wait for anyone who's wanting to join us on time at 4 o'clock. And the great thing about doing these live videos is that you can do them live and people can in real time make comments, and it gives me the opportunity to interact with you and answer your questions. But also for anyone that can't make it live, totally fine. This will be available as a replay. So this will be available on my Facebook site anyway, that you can watch at any time. So I might get started at 4 o'clock now. So welcome to the Intro to Essential Oils overview. I guess what I wanted to do was give you an opportunity to participate or observe, connect into a workshop, an oils workshop. And this is an example of what I would typically do when I visit someone's home or do a one-on-one. I catch up about the 10 must-have oils. You'll see when you have a look at the price list, which I've got in my file section of my Facebook page, and you'll have access to if you come along to any of the workshops. But there is like 2 pages full, in fact 3 pages, full of products that we have. So there are so many different oils, there are so many different cleaning products, skincare products, products of all sorts, so supplements. And really to go through all of those products in an intro workshop, there's just too much to cover. So what we do is we pick the 10 must-have oils, and doTERRA has kindly put those into what we call a home essentials kit, which is here. So these are the 10 oils, and in that home essentials kit it also comes with a diffuser as well, which is a really fantastic way of getting your oils on you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover off what is an essential oil, why doTERRA essential oils, why doTERRA and not someone else, and how do we use them. There are 3 ways that we can use our essential oils, and then I'll be covering basically the benefits of each of the oils as well. So I won't go through every one of those benefits because we could be here all afternoon, but I'll just cover off some of the key benefits. And by all means, if anyone tunes in and has any experiences or questions, then please feel free to pop those in the comments and I'll make sure I get to those as well. And we'll touch on the wholesale account, how you can become a wholesale member, and the opportunities available to you. So I always like to start off my workshops with an inhalation of wild orange. So wild orange is the oil of abundance and the oil of joy. In fact, we nickname him Mr. Joy Bubbles. So he is a beautiful oil to have around when you want to be uplifted in your mood, if you're suffering any anxiety and you want to release that anxiety from your heart space. If you're wanting to invite in feelings of abundance, and it doesn't have to just be financial abundance, it can be abundance just in, you know, the happiness or the feelings that you want to bring in your life as well. So, and I always like to tell a story about the wild orange. So imagine a wild orange is growing on a tree, and the skin of the wild orange is there to protect the orange. It's like that protective coating, and it's that the immune system is built into the orange. So with that immune system, it protects that orange from all the nasties, so the environment and any of those pesticides or anything like that that might harm that orange. So we actually then dig into the compounds of the skin of the orange, and that is what we use. We extract those compounds and we basically bottle it and pop it here into this beautiful bottle, and he becomes Mr. Joy Bubbles. So that beautiful protective immune system of the orange is what we're bottling, and we are actually then putting this onto our skin, or in some cases ingesting or aromatically diffusing, and that is how we are interacting with the oils. And it's really nature nurtures nature. So you can't go wrong when you're doing that. You're not bringing in any toxic chemicals into the body, as you quite often do, you know, when you go and use fragrances down at the supermarket or in the chemist or something like that. So it's nice and natural. So that's where I start. Now, wild orange isn't in our home essentials kit, but he's a nice little cheap and cheerful one. I think he's about $14 or something like that. So he's one you can pop on your order for next time. But let me start with the first of the 10 must-have oils. And welcome to Mary and Kat. Nice to see you here. And Judy. Hi, Judy. So, okay, we're going to have a little inhale now of peppermint. Oh, I just love peppermint. He is my absolute go-to oil. Actually, peppermint and spearmint, I got to say, are a little bit of my favorites. But peppermint, he is the oil of the buoyant heart, and peppermint is a way of just inviting beautiful feelings of joy and energy. You know, if I'm going to the gym and I'm lacking a bit of energy, in fact, my husband last night was off to the gym late with my son. He was lacking a bit of energy. It's pretty hot here at the moment. So I dosed him up with a bit of peppermint, just behind his ears, on his wrists, you know, a couple of those beautiful entry points, and he was right to go, all motivated, and also smells pretty good too. So peppermint's wonderful for those beautiful feelings and freshens up some smelly shoes, things like that. The other thing I use peppermint for is I make some beautiful bliss balls. So they are so easy to make, honestly, if anyone wants the recipe. In fact, I'll actually put the recipe up on my Facebook page after this because it's so easy. And you can make bliss balls with peppermint. You can make them with wild orange, just depending on how you feel. So it's beautiful to do that. Now, next one is lavender. A little smell of my lavender here. So see how I'm just inhaling directly from the bottle? That is one way that you can use your essential oils. So easy. Just have a little inhale and it goes right through the olfactory nerves and straight into the brain and really starts to transform that mindset. And instantly after inhaling my lavender, I feel that sense of calm. Lavender is well known for its calming properties. I place a drop of lavender on my pillow almost every night. Sometimes I alternate with some other nice calming oils, but lavender is my go-to for sleep. Lavender is also beautiful on the skin. I have really noticed such an extraordinary difference with my skin over the last 6 months. And sometimes I use lavender, sometimes I use frankincense, sometimes geranium. I've actually now just bought the Barrage skincare range, which I am just loving. It's amazing, but that's another video. I won't get distracted. But you know, you might remember that smell of lavender from, you know, your grandma's, you know, toilet, you know, those old dollies that used to go over the toilet rolls, and the smell of the spray in her toilet. That was like horrible lavender, right? Like really cheap kind of lavender. And this brings me to the point about doTERRA, is its quality. So we source our oils from around 50 countries all over the world, and we source from where they are organically grown, and that's really important. So it's where they grow at their best. And we work with the communities to work with them, to work with those local communities to improve their conditions in those areas, to give them chances of jobs. You know, we give back, you know. So not only are we offering quality oils, but we also give back to the communities from which they came from. So when you choose to use essential oils to improve your overall health, you're not only improving your health, but you're improving the lives of those communities that are providing these oils for you. And I don't know about you, but that makes me feel pretty amazing. And that really means that I'm shopping consciously. So that's pretty important to me, particularly as I get older and I become more aware of what's going on in the world and the impact that that has on myself and my children and their future. Those kind of things become pretty important. So that's our lavender. Yeah, beautiful on the skin, the lavender as well. Particularly at the moment, it's quite hot, you know, here in Queensland. So peppermint to cool the body down. Peppermint diluted with some carrier oil, rubbing all over your body, is great to cool your body down after a day in the sun. And lavender is beautiful and calming and soothing as well. So both of those are fantastic. Oh, and I should mention with both of these too, just on headaches. So my youngest son is quite a headache sufferer, in fact migraines, and lavender and peppermint I pop in the diffuser for him, and I'll show you what a diffuser is like, what it looks like. This is our diffuser. So this is so easy to use. You just pop some water in, pop a few drops of the oil and basically pop it on. It has a timer, 1, 2 and 4 hours, and it has a light if you wish to use it at night time as well. So yeah, so I put these in the diffuser. I also rub this diluted with carrier oil under the soles of his feet. And when I say carrier oil, what I mean is I choose to use fractionated coconut oil, so it's in that liquid form, but you can use any oil that you choose. Diluting the oil actually helps it to penetrate deeper into the cell membrane, so that's really useful. And in addition, just while I'm here, this isn't in the Home Essentials kit, but I must mention it because it's just brilliant for headaches. This is called Past Tense. It's a beautiful relaxation blend. This actually helped me with some severe lower back pain the other day, but this is great also on the temples if you're a migraine sufferer. So that's really important, that one. What have I got next? Let's go with lemon. So again, I'll have a nice little inhale. Ah, it's beautiful. So lemon I use for, Billy, could you turn the TV down, please? I'm on live. Thank you. Sorry, Billy's watching, we're doing PlayStation. So this lemon I use, I can put a drop in my water in the morning to kickstart my metabolism. So quite often we'll squeeze a lemon. That can get a little bit exy. You know, there's 250 drops in each of these bottles. So it's really just a matter of like cents per drop. So it can be quite a cheap option to choose to use essential oils rather than those organic lemons that you might already be buying. So that's what I use the lemon for. Lemon's great for focus and for clarity as well. And lemon is great in cleaning products. So I'll talk more about the cleaning, but I use a few of the oils put together. One, I have a cleaner for my kitchen benches, which is lemon and On Guard, which is our immune protective blend. And then I also have a cleaning bottle for my shower, and that has lemon, On Guard, tea tree, oregano, and On Guard. And if I want it to smell extra nice, I might put a bit of peppermint in it as well. So lemon's good for cleaning inside and out. Okay. Next one is tea tree. Now I mentioned that we source our oils from all over the world. Where do you think we get our tea tree from? And same places we get our eucalyptus, actually, here in Australia. So tea tree, I'm sure you'll know, it's quite well known for its cleansing and antiseptic properties on the skin. So if you were to get any bites or abrasions or anything like that, tea tree is wonderful for that. My son uses it for pimples, for cold sores. So it's a beautiful natural alternative from those like steroid type creams that are quite intense and strong on the skin and quite disruptive to hormone levels. So tea tree is wonderful on the skin. I also I've made up a little glass spray bottle, and I spray my hair after the shower, after I wash my hair. So I have water in it. I have rosemary, which is known to help stimulate the hair follicles and help your hair grow. It's been amazing for my hair. But I also have a bit of tea tree as well, because tea tree just helps to keep that scalp healthy. And if you have any kids that are susceptible to head lice, then tea tree is wonderful to help to get rid of the lice as well. So I guess that's really, really nice one to know for the first aid sort of component of the must-haves. Now, this one is one of my absolute favourites. It's called Easy Air, and it's a respiratory blend. So, you know, I think we've all used Vicks in our life. So Vicks is something that we're used to rubbing onto our chest and clearing our airways and helping us breathe more freely. So Easy Air does exactly that, but it's just simply very natural. So it contains peppermint, eucalyptus, tea tree, lemon, cardamom, ravensara. So it's got some beautiful oils there to open up the airways. Also find it really helps me when I'm feeling anxious, just popping a little bit on your heart space. Now again, you can dilute, or if you know your skin isn't too sensitive, you can just place a drop directly. But you know, dilution is always wonderful. And again, placing this in a diffuser, if you've got kids that are asthmatic and not breathing very well, or snorers, easy air and lavender before you go to sleep in the diffuser is just absolutely beautiful. So that's a wonderful blend. And if you're not sure about blends, you know, sometimes people get their kits and then they're like, ugh, what do I do now? Well, the great thing about that is, number one, I offer you a wellness consult, so we catch up and we talk about how you use your oils. Number two, I'm always here, so, you know, just ask. And number three, I've got access for you for, hey Mel, how are you? I've got access to lots of different blends, so if you're stuck, if you're not sure, and if your intuition isn't quite kicking in, because, you know, quite honestly, I just use my intuition to tell me what to blend. But if you're not sure, then I can give you lots of references for that, so that's no problem. The great thing about it, when you start your oily journey, you're not alone. So we also connect you through to lots of different Facebook groups where you have an opportunity to ask lots of questions and make sure that all those questions are answered for you, where people will talk from their own experience with the oils. And I think it's also important to note too, you know, you shouldn't expect that you're going to become an expert in oils overnight. You know, this takes time and experience and experimentation, understanding what works for you and what works for someone else. So it's a matter of just, you know, ongoing education and experience. So that happens over time. So the more you use your oils, the more you get them onto you, whether it's on your body, whether it's diffusing, whether it's inhaling, any of those methods, that's what's important. Consistent use. Just get these oils working on you and you will notice a difference. So I'm going to talk now to oregano. Now, I'm not going to put this near my nose. This is one of our hot oils. It's really, really strong. So oregano is like bring in the ninja. So if you are suffering sickness, infection, I know one of the viewers here, Mel, you've been really sick, this is the go-to, okay? So in the diffuser, what I would recommend when you're suffering illness is oregano. Tea tree will also kill those parasites as well. Lemon for cleansing. On Guard, which I'll come to, which is our immunity blend, and possibly even the frankincense, because you can't go past frankincense to reduce inflammation, but I'll come to him last because he's our king of oils. But oregano will really just cut to the chase and really get to those infections. So, I mean, I've just heard, you know, report after report. I've had my own experiences within my family where, you know, a drop of oregano, just one drop in the diffuser mixed with the others, is enough to just grab that infection and really help to support the body to fight it a lot quicker. So, you know, these oils are not about just, you know, not about curing, but they're about supporting the body. And, you know, what happens with our body is, if our body is in an unhealthy state, well, it's pretty difficult, right, to fight infections or to fight, you know, sickness, disease. But when we allow our body to come back into balance, to come back into homeostasis, which is what these oils allow our body to do, and when that happens, then our body can go to work and do what it needs to do. You know, one of the things I do is I offer healing energy with Reiki, and so what Reiki does is same thing, you know, helps to just bring the body back into balance, so then the body can do what it is designed to do, you know. So that's the support that these wonderful oils offer you. The other thing I use oregano for is for my cooking. So I am not a great cook, but my pasta sauces have been saved with one drop of oregano, and that's all I need. This is really strong. You know, these oils, I mean, just to give you an idea of their potency, yeah, so it's one drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. That just gives you an idea of how potent these are. So you have to be careful with these little babies and really treasure them for the gifts that they are. So that's oregano. So I'm going to move on to a blend now. And this one is called Digest Zen. So if anyone is having any issues with their belly, hi Nicole, yeah, if anyone's having any issues with their belly, with their digestion, this is the baby for you. So I'm going to have a little bit of a smell. And I always laugh when I smell this one because it reminds me of my big party days when I would succumb to shots of Zambuca, because that's what it smells like. So it's got ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel oil. So a nice blend there. What I recommend is placing 1 or 2 drops and mixing carrier oil and rubbing the belly in a clockwise direction. So that's really going to help, help with the digestion. And that direction is the digestion organs direction. So that's a must, that one, if you're having any issues. And even if you've had a big lunch, I made sure I had this on hand after Christmas. In fact, I didn't just have a big lunch, I had a big couple of weeks over Christmas with food. So this was on hand constantly. Again, though, you can put it in the diffuser. You can simply just inhale. You can put it under the soles of your feet. Placing oils with carrier oil, rubbing under the soles of your feet is a beautiful entry point. There are thousands of nerve endings under the soles of your feet. So that's a great way to get the oils on your body as well, particularly maybe if you have any skin irritations anywhere else on the body. You can also actually place a drop of this into your glass of water and you can have that. So if digestion is really an issue for you, you can ingest that as well. What else have I got here? Okay. On Guard. Oh, this has such a beautiful scent, and I'll just tell you what's in this one: wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. A real thing about rosemary at the moment. I told you I was using it on my hair, and my hair's just gone crazy. It's just beautiful. It's so fresh, and rosemary is actually really good for memory too. But just to mention, one of the ingredients in this one is clove. So when you think about antioxidants, what do we typically think about when we think about antioxidants? You might think about what's high in antioxidants. Berries, berries typically comes to mind. Well, there's this thing called the ORAC scale, and you may have heard of it, but basically it measures the antioxidant rating. Now, the berries sit at 4,600. Clove sits at the top of the list. Have a guess. Like 26,000. It's crazy, right? So it really goes to work and really goes to fight infections. Particularly in those flu-y months, I would recommend On Guard under the soles of your feet and or in your diffuser every single day. Particularly the kids, and if they're going to school and they're mixing with all the sickness that goes around. We had this going every day in my family in the flu season, and not one of us got the flu. Not one of us got sick. And of course, I mixed it with oregano and tea tree as well, and we just had some great blends going, and yeah, we were able to get through the season without anything. What else with On Guard was I going to say? Oh, and so I use this also in my glass cleaning bottle with my lemon, and I use it to clean my bench tops as well. You can also pop it in your mop and do your floors with it, and your house will just smell amazing. And you're getting all the benefits of killing all of those germs too. So that's brilliant. In fact, doTERRA love On Guard so much, they've actually incorporated this and they're offering ready-made cleaning concentrates that you can buy, also laundry detergent as well. So that's just an example of some of the extra products you could possibly think about down the track as well as you really start to utilize your wholesale account. So that's On Guard. On Guard also comes in beadlets as well. It also comes in, a few of these oils come in roller bottles, and this is what I mean by a roller bottle. So you can just easily rub it onto your wrist. So you've always got these handy, which is brilliant. So the next one, the second last of the 10 oils, is Ice Blue. Now you may have heard of Ice Blue because it really does tend to be a popular oil. It contains wintergreen. Wintergreen is the oil of surrender. So this oil asks the area of the body that it's been put on, or in fact it doesn't even matter. The oil will find where it needs to go in the body anyway. So if you put it in the soles of your feet and you've got pain in your neck, it's going to find that pain and it's going to support and calm that pain. So the oil of surrender or wintergreen is going to relax those muscles. Okay, so so you'll get that relaxed muscle, and that pain will start to ease. When I had some severe back pain the other week, I was using ice blue, and then I was also layering, past tense, I was also layering frankincense on top because I was in a lot of pain, and that really helped me manage my pain. Ice blue, I must mention, because I love this, it also comes in a rub, and I really love the rub. I love using the oil as is. I mean, I can dilute that as well, and you can also get ice blue in a roller. But I also do love the rub, and I guess it's like a, you know, if you use deep heat, something like that, then this is that natural alternative. So you can chuck out your deep heat and you can use something quite natural. So anyone that's doing lots of sport or experiencing pain of any sort, whether it's arthritis or muscular pain, this is just the bomb, I tell you. Yeah, thanks, Nick. I know that the rub is fantastic. It's just a must. So whilst the rub isn't in the Home Essentials kit, this is just a must. You just got to put on either the, you know, your next month's order or whatever it is. But it really is yeah, one of those must-haves, I say. Now the last of the 10 must-have oils is this beautiful, ancient, woody, strong, masculine king of oils. That's frankincense. So he has been around since ancient times. If you remember the 3 wise men, he does everything that all of those oils do and more. He supports all of your bodily systems. He reduces inflammation in the body. He is sensational for skin. In fact, in the Virage skincare, there's a serum and that I put underneath my moisturizer, and that contains frankincense. It contains helichrysum. We have another serum called Soluble that contains those as well. But you'll find any of the skincare, frankincense you'll find will always be there. He's just amazing for the skin. You can also support your bodily systems by taking just 1 drop of frankincense, placing it under the roof of your mouth or under your tongue. Okay, that's another way that you can take your frankincense as well. But I find I quite commonly add him to my diffuser and add him, and then just make my own blends. But I quite often add at least a couple of drops of frankincense as well, because I want him around me. I want to be aromatically inhaling him as much as I possibly can. So I find he is a beautiful support. And as I say, very beautiful when you're layering as well on the body. And I should talk about that. You know, how do you use these oils on your body? How do I use my oils on my body? How does my husband use the oils on his body? Because he uses them like I do. So we make our own aromatic dressing. Every day before I hit the shower, I will go to my oil cabinet. I will decide what oils I want to bring into my vibration for the day. And know this, that these oils do lift your vibration. It's a proven fact that they lift your vibration. So when you're vibrating high, you're inviting beautiful energy around you. You're inviting your ability to align with the universe and have wonderful things come your way, and you will feel your energy shift. So what I do is I mix in a little glass bowl, I mix some fractionated coconut oil with oils of my choice. And I generally use about 5 drops to 10 mils of fractionated coconut oil. So what did I use today? Today I used, just pull them out. Okay, today I used wild orange and I used tangerine. Now I'm just going to look up, I have this wonderful little book here, Emotions and Essential Oils, and it really just helps me understand the emotional properties of the oils. But most of the time I don't even actually go to the book. I'll actually just rely on my own intuition, and then I'll go, and then naturally what I find is when I reach for a particular oil and then I look at the book and it tells me what this oil is all about, it's exactly the oil I needed. So the tangerine is the oil of cheer and creativity. giving strong qualities of cheer and joyfulness, and can lift the darkest of moods. And the wild orange, of course, is the oil of joy. They're the two that I put in our little bowl, and we mixed it with our carrier oil. And what I do, just like moisturizer, I rub my entire body, and so does my hubby. And interestingly, you know, you may have seen on my page that I very, 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 very sadly lost my beautiful cat yesterday. So it's interesting I made those choices this morning. They're just instinctively what I went to on the shelf to bring about some feelings of joy, because I'm pretty sad at the moment. So so that's how I use my oils. You know, I use them to invoke certain emotions or help support certain emotions, to help my moods, to help my physical health. You know, an oil that I've actually got diffusing right now as we speak is geranium. Geranium is the oil of self-love. And for anyone that's ever going through grief or loss or anything like that, we have a couple of beautiful oils, console and geranium. So that's what I'm working with this afternoon. Yeah, so that's the 10 oils that are in the Home Essentials kit. As I mentioned before, you also get the awesome diffuser, so you can use it aromatically, and sometimes people have reactions too. So if you find your skin is sensitive, then this is another way that you can just get, you know, just as much the benefit of the oil. But there is another oil I want to talk about as well, just for a moment, and that is Clary Calm. Now, the reason I want to talk about this, I was actually talking to a beautiful friend of mine this morning, and I told her that I would talk about this in the live this afternoon, because this is a must-have in my book as well. If you're a woman and you suffer any kind of hormone issues, menstrual issues, menopause, period pain, rages because of menopause, this is your best friend, seriously. So you can place this, you can roll it directly on your belly if you've got pain, on your wrist if you just want support, you know, behind your ears. This is just brilliant, and it contains Clary Sage, which is well known to help us with our hormones. So yeah, this is another one I would say is a must-have, even though it's not in the Home Essentials kit. One, again, you can place on your order as you order down the track with your wholesale account. So that's a must for ladies. Now, what else did I have to tell you? Okay, so we've talked about basically, you know, some of the great benefits of those oils and how to use them. There's heaps and heaps, and know this, that, you know, if you do want to start your wholesale account, I will give you 150 uses for your Home Essentials kit in a beautiful document. Lots of information, lots of access to videos and Facebook groups, so you're always supported on your oily journey. Hi, Natasha. So yeah, so what else do I have to tell you? LRP. So I have people asking me, well, okay, if I get an account, do I have to order every month? The answer to that is no. So there is no lock-in. Okay, there is no lock-in that you have to order each month. However, what I will share with you is this, and this is my thought and opinion on our loyalty reward program. So what doTERRA do is they actually give you a reward if you do decide to order every month. And what happens is, depending on how much you order, you get either, and it builds over time. So for the first 3 months, you'll get 10% into your account of product credits, 10% of your monthly order. Then after 3 months, if you've been ordering for 3 months in the loyalty reward program, that will then increase to 15%. So you get 15% of your monthly order back into your account as a reward. Now that increases every 3 months until you hit 13 months. You're then getting 30% of your monthly order put back into your account as a way of saying thank you for your monthly order. Now, you don't have to do a monthly order. You could order once a year if you want to, but let's face it, if you're serious about bringing natural products into your family home, then it's kind of like, why wouldn't you? Because, you know, you can order things like lip balm, shampoo and conditioner, body wash, soaps, skincare. The Virage skincare range, for example, is $100 wholesale. Like, seriously, it is your cleanser, your toner, your hydrating serum, and your facial moisturizer. Like, that's just insane. So, you know, you can use your account to buy gifts for people, to introduce other people to the oil, to, you know, to start to share the oils around. So I just kind of think, well, you've got the account, why not use it, you know? But that is your choice. Now, you might also say, well, is there a minimum spend? No, there's not. But certainly, you know, if you spend different amounts, there are different rewards for that. And that's something that we can sort of cover off in your wellness consult. So, you know, for example, with every one of these products, so I have a look at this price list. Beside each product is a PV. It's a product volume. So that's the points. It's the points value. So if you were to spend between 1 and 49 points, you know, your reward, you would just sit at, say, 10%, okay? Your value of reward credits wouldn't increase. But if you spend over 50 PV, then every 3 months, and keep on ordering that way, then your credits increase. If you spend over 100 PV, then that means that you're eligible to receive commission. Because when you enroll, I place you in my little organisation, and I place people underneath you, and when they order, you get the benefit from their order. And certainly also, if you were to introduce anyone to the oil, and whether that's just through sending them my way, or whether that's hosting a workshop yourself, that I would run for you, no problem. But if you enroll that person, then you get the benefit as well. So it's kind of how we do things. You know, doTERRA rewards you for your choice in natural health care and introducing others as well. But, you know, you don't have to build a business with me, and I need to be really clear about this. I've had a couple of people recently say to me, so can I just get an account and just be a customer? And I said, of course you can. And people were quite surprised. So I need to be clear that, you know, over 85% of people in my tree, in the trees of all the leaders in doTERRA, over 85% of their people are customers. They just like to use the oils, and that's perfectly awesome. But but then above that, we have a minor percentage that decide, I wouldn't mind hosting a workshop here or there, or I wouldn't mind telling other people about the oils. They can enroll them themselves, or they can send them my way and I can help. So that's an option too. Or third option, you can be like me and committed to building a business with doTERRA and committed to really changing the world one drop at a time. And that's certainly my passion and commitment this year. And there's some really exciting things happening in the next few months that are not only going to support me in my business, they're going to support all the customers that I have and potential new customers, and they're going to support some rising leaders in our business as well, which is just amazing. So stay tuned on that. There's some exciting things going on. So that's about it. What else do no, it's not about it. I have one more thing to share with you. And that is, what are the promos for this month? Because every month we have amazing promos. So this month there is 10% off Smart and Sassy oil. Smart and Sassy is something that I've brought into my collection this month. It's a metabolic blend because I put on a couple of kilos of Christmas. And so it's time now to work with the oils to help me maintain or reduce some weight and support my physical health there. So I'm really glad to get Smart and Sassy. I made that choice this month, and I can put that in some water and use that and just ingest that oil. Tangerine is now available in Australia, which is exciting. The Tangerine that I'm working with this morning, I actually got that from the US some time ago, but yeah, now this is available in Australia. If you haven't smelt Tangerine, do yourself a favour. If you love wild orange, citrus bliss, get on with this one. What is really important to know is that we had a beautiful, incredibly generous promo in December that's been extended into the 15th of this month. So that's 2 more days' time. And that is, you get a free frankincense with any order of over 200 PB until the 15th. So that's with an enrollment order or for existing customers with your LRP order. So if you're spending over 200 PB, might want to think about some gifts for people within that order as well. Free Frankie. He is an expensive oil. He is valued at 114 retail. So to get him for free is highly generous, and believe me, you will always want Frankie around. So that's amazing. So you've got until the 15th to do that, so jump on that. Reach out to me if you're new and you want to get started, or if you're an existing customer, then of course just jump on your account and place that order and make sure it ships before the 15th. And again, just shout out to me if you need a hand. The other thing is, this is really generous as well. There's just generous promos every month, seriously. It just makes your account so worthwhile. So there's 100 for 100 points available. So when you enroll with an order of at least 100 PB, then you place an order the following month, the second month, for 100 PB or more, you're going to get 100 points to spend. So for placing 2 orders at least 200 PB in total, you're going to get 100 points to spend. That is phenomenal. And let me have a look and see, what does 100 points kind of look like? Let me see if I can give you an example of just how generous that is. So, okay. Okay. So, for example, the mood management kit, there's 4 oils in the mood management kit. That's 101 points. For just having a look, what else? Just to give you an idea. So the Essential Collection and Smart and Sassy kit, that's worth 113 points. Wow. So that's a whole enrollment kit. So that's amazing. What else? Emotional Aromatherapy Touch Kit, that's 112 points. So look, that just gives you an idea of just how amazingly generous that is. So that's me. That's all I think I needed to check in with you about today. So this is the first live workshop coming back into 2018. As I mentioned, this is going to be a really exciting year. Just to give you a bit of a sneak peek of the gossip, I have an amazing upcoming doTERRA leader that has been assigned to work with me over the next few months to build and rise her business and to help me build and rise mine. And because the great thing about, being part of doTERRA is, I can't rise without helping others rise, and others can't rise without helping me rise. So it's such a beautiful collaborative way of working. It's just amazing. So this wonderful leader is going to be coming along and co-running workshops with me over the next few months. So if you're keen to learn absolutely stacks about essential oils, then reach out and let me know if you're keen to pencil yourself down for some upcoming workshops. We're looking at booking some February ones in over the next few days. So just reach out. Any existing customers, if you want to host a workshop and potentially get your oils for free, please reach out and let me know that you're keen. I'll be in touch with you anyway, but just let me know and we can organise that. It's really, really casual. For those of you that have done workshops with me before, it's very nice and casual and cruisy, so that's exciting. And I'm also being selected to be part of a mentoring program with some doTERRA leaders over a 6-week period. So that's pretty exciting as well. So look out, 2018. It's time to really make a difference in my life and the lives of others. And I'm here to help you. And if you like my help, and if you want to chat further about the oils, any questions whatsoever, please let me know or post them onto my page, and let's get them answered and share those with other people as well. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone, and this will be available to those that couldn't make it, of course, and have a great rest of the weekend. Namaste.
Namaste.